Tonight on Q2, helping the homeless.
Everybody has identified that a low barrier shelter is something that's permanently needed in this community.
Billings Low Barrier Shelter gets a major lift from the city as they look to make sure everyone has a place to stay this winter. Plus, train derailment worries.
As an ag producer, I'm concerned. It's our job to be stewards of the land.
Landowners speaking out tonight as they demand answers into the dangers created by last week's fuel spill. And a historic Billings venue is sold. We'll tell you who will be moving into the Shrine Auditorium and the changes you can expect. The MTN News starts right now.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 10 o'clock news.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Russ Riesinger. Our top story, winter is quickly approaching, and that means Billings' growing homeless population will soon be seeking a place to stay. Now, thanks to money from the recently passed safety mill levy, the Magic City's low barrier shelter will be an option throughout all of the winter. Our David J. has the story.
The Continuum of Care, which helps people who are homeless, will receive some money from the city to operate a low barrier shelter. The group has been running one for the last couple of years and will once again operate one this winter here at First Congregational Church. The plan is to house 40 people in the back of the church sanctuary. Last year, the Continuum of Care, made up of 17 local groups, set up in the basement of First Congregational Church. The group had run the off-the-street shelter in downtown Billings for 14 months until the end of 2021.
The motel that we were operating out of had a catastrophic sewage failure. It was New Year's Eve weekend and sub-zero temperatures were moving through, and we quickly pivoted as a community and made sure people had shelter that was safe.
Carrie Boyder, board president, says the Yellowstone County Continuum of Care had enough money to run the shelter through April 3rd. But now, thanks to the City Council approving $210,000, it can now stay open for 6 months across the entire winter season.
Rather than saying you must be sober first to get here or you must have a job to get here, we say, come one, come all. We will help meet your need. We will help you get stable. We will make sure you have a warm, dry, safe place to stay tonight. And tomorrow, we will see if you're ready to work on some of those supportive services needs.
Boyder says a Billings Police and Downtown Billings Alliance survey found 93 individuals who have had 15 or more interactions with law enforcement or hospital stays during a one-year period. She says the low barrier shelter would take burdens off the city and help save millions of dollars.
Those 93 chronic high utilizers cost the city of Billings and its taxpayers $10 million every year to meet the needs of. If we can serve even 40 of those or 50 of those or potentially all of those by providing shelter, then we're saving the city anywhere from $5 to $10 million a year.
And it's a plan that works with the combined efforts in the Continuum of Care.
There is no one of us who can meet this need, but together we think we can figure out a way to do this.
The estimate is that the shelter will be ready by November 15th. In Billings, David J., MTN News.
The man arrested following a shooting at Stewart Park on Tuesday evening when dozens were gathered for youth football practices has been charged. 28-year-old Kanane Lar Big Hair appeared by video and pleaded not guilty to a felony charge of assault with a weapon. Charging documents state that officers arrived shortly after the shooting, which happened around 7 o'clock, and found a 32-year-old man with a gunshot wound to the leg. The man told officers that Kanane shot him and identified him as either his girlfriend's baby's daddy or ex-boyfriend. In a subsequent interview, the victim says he knew Big Hair from when they were incarcerated together. Big Hair's bond was set at $25,000. The 15-car train derailment that spilled nearly 30,000 gallons of fuel just east of Bridger is now nearly a week old. But tonight, some residents are expressing their concerns. They say they've gotten next to no information from BNSF or DEQ when it comes to cleanup efforts or dangers related to that accident. Tonight, our Haley Monaco speaks with one landowner who says she's worried about her land and her livestock.
It's now been nearly a week since 15 train cars derailed right here near Bridger. As you can see behind me, the cleanup process is still occurring, but as the days go on, the property owners here say they're growing more concerned.
We all face challenges in life, but Shala Column got a double dose of bad luck.
Who has one, let alone two disasters happen on their place within 4 months?
The Clarks Fork River spilled its banks in June, turning her 50-acre property into a lake.
During the flood, there was water all up and down the railroad tracks.
The water did eventually dry up, but it was replaced by more than 28,000 gallons of gasoline when 15 train cars derailed here last Friday.
We're at a point where we're being forced again to decide if we sell our entire herd.
Collum says her family's livelihood depends on this land. They had plans to move their cattle here the day after the train derailed. Now, they don't even know if it is safe.
Right now is when we need to be weaning and we need to be moving ahead. And we have a lack of corral system, thank you, flood, and now we don't have anywhere to go.
Carbon County Disaster and Emergency Services says the site is being monitored for groundwater or soil contamination, but Collum doesn't feel comfortable having her cattle graze here and feels her family is being kept out of the loop.
We've had some contact with the county public information officer. They've given us contacts that we can contact, but absolutely no one has approached us.
MTN did reach out to Burlington Northern Santa Fe, which owns the tracks and is investigating why the train derailed. Many speculate the June floods may have damaged the tracks. All BNSF will tell us is that it's under investigation.
I'm concerned, I'm worried, I'm sad. When our livelihood is at risk here, I don't know that we will ever be able to put animals back out here.
It may not be the biggest piece of land, but it means everything to this family. In Bridger, Haley Monaco, MTN News.
Well, here we are just a little after 10 o'clock in the evening, and check out these current temperatures. 30 in Minot, 28 now in Regina. That one just dropped a couple of degrees. Winnipeg's only 25 degrees. Even here across Montana, we're looking at 39 in Glasgow and 45 in Billings. That's as cold as it got all of last night. So when you compare it to where we were at this time last night, we're 17 degrees cooler. You can see the same thing, teens colder across the eastern plains. So as we get through the overnight hours of tonight, we're going to see some pretty chilly readings, mainly in the 20s and 30s. That's going to be especially to the east of Billings, areas of frost and freeze. We'll talk more about the weekend forecast coming up in a few minutes.
You have just a few days left to travel the iconic Beartooth Highway. It was announced today that the highway between Red Lodge and Cook City will be closing for the season. Next Tuesday, October 11th, Dunraven Pass from Tower Fall to Canyon Junction will remain open through October 31st as long as the weather cooperates. The park's west entrance to Madison Junction, as well as Mammoth Hot Springs to Old Faithful, will close for the year on November 1st. Now, a full list of closures can be found on our website, ktvq.com. And just a quick note, but Zimmerman Trail from Rimrock Road to Highway 3 will be closed from 9 a.m. until 11 a.m. tomorrow. The city is making guardrail repairs during those 2 hours. You're asked to use alternate routes during your morning commute. A historic Billings venue is off the market tonight. The El Badu Shrine Auditorium, which has been a Magic City landmark since 1950, has been sold for $2.2 million and will now begin a new era as the headquarters for the Native American Development Organization. That building will offer entrepreneurial services, cultural events, and medical services. Plans for the property include a full-service medical clinic, sports programs, and a place for job fairs and trade shows, all serving the Native community. The organization has hosted numerous community events at the shrine in recent years and says the move is a long time coming.
This is really important to NADC because they've been in business for many years and they've been kind of operating underneath the radar in our community. Billings has the largest urban Native American population in the state of Montana.
The shrine has been on the market for a year and a half with an original asking price of $2.49 million. One Montana museum is now in the process of expanding thanks to some ancient discoveries. And it's an expansion project that is welcomed by the community. Tonight, our Kelsey Marison takes us out and about to the Historical Museum in Roundup.
When thinking of road trips an hour or two outside of Billings, most people think of Red Lodge or Livingston, but you might want to add Roundup to that list. This museum here is expanding, and they have everything from art to teepees to dinosaur fossils.
400,000 plus cars a day go through this town. And what can we do to get them to stop and interact with this community?
Roundup may not exactly be a thriving tourist destination, but there's more here than what meets the eye. All you have to do is look and listen. At the Musselshell Valley Historical Museum, crews are busy expanding this hidden gem and the many artifacts that call it home.
It became very clear that there wasn't enough room.
Part of the reason that the museum needs more room is the number of dinosaur bones suddenly being discovered in Musselshell County.
My great-great-great-great-grandkids could still be digging on the same place we are right now, and you're still not going to run out of stuff.
On digs like this one, consisting of people of all ages from the community.
We all know how big a cow is. How big was this animal?
Tom Hebert heads the Earth Sciences Foundation, which is behind many of the digs taking place in this area. The nonprofit has found more than 2,500 fossils just this year, and the goal is to keep most of them here for residents to enjoy.
You know, it's just exciting to see the community's excited about the community again.
And that community spirit is contagious.
I just try to keep up with you guys and what you do in the community. It's like a contest of, you know, what can we do and keep doing to improve this community.
John Chavez and Stephanie Graven own Pronto Construction, which is donating a crew along with time and materials to make the museum expansion possible. And many other businesses are also pitching in.
It's extremely humbling just to realize how many people are impacted by what we're doing, but are motivated by what we're doing to get involved with the community as a whole and help with other projects.
A community teaming up and having a lot of fun along the way.
All right, go team. Let's go. Wahoo!
To make Musselshell County a place to visit and uncover a piece of history. In Roundup, Kelsey Marison, MTN News.
Still ahead on the MTN 10 o'clock news here on Q2, a life-changing app. A Billings woman reimagines healthcare and creates an all-in-one elderly family care solution.
The MTN 10 o'clock news continues right after this.